Okay, so now if you want to change the background of your elephant, you need to make sure that you are not on pattern anymore. You're still in the fill bucket, but you need to go back to foreground. And so now I'm going to fill like this. Now, since there's already that pattern in there, you can see that it doesn't fill as dark, but if you click it again and again, it'll get back to that solid color. Okay? I'll deal with the rest of those letters later. So now what you are going to do after you have that color, you can decide if that's a color that works better for your picture, or maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Once again, you can play with the opacity, okay? But this probably a combination. This background is probably not a good choice for my image. I can try changing colors again. So let's say I do something like this. Okay, that might be better if I wanted it to stand out. But I still want to be able to see that image behind me. So let's see what it looks like once I change the opacity. That's okay. It's okay. Let's see. You can add in that pattern as well. Okay, so that's a little better, but I don't know if that's probably a good choice. You're probably better off if I was back here on this image. That was probably my better choice, okay? So make sure that you have a good, that your color combinations really look good together as well, okay? So let me open up the last one that I had, okay, with the white. Okay, so here's another example of the white that you can see. Now I'm going to switch between a couple of different images here, and I'm just hiding those layers. Okay, so this one looks pretty good. That one looks pretty good. There's enough contrast. When I say contrast, the shape stands out from the background. But when I add this one in, that's just probably not a good choice of background, so I probably need to just pick another one. So that's why I wanted you guys to find a couple of different options, okay? Once you have your project completed with the background that you want, and if you find that, like here, I kind of like this background, and I like this one too. If you want to go ahead and save both of them, that's fine, and you can submit both of them, or just have both of them, because a lot of these images are going to be pretty cool. So play around with the color, play around with the background. You can always edit the background colors as well. We've talked about this before, just by going to image adjustments and using some of these in here. So if I wanted it to be, brighter or more color, I go to the hue or saturation. That's gonna change the color a little bit, which obviously does change the background, okay? I'm gonna set that back where it was though. Okay, and then lightness and darkness here as well. So, and this is kind of this is just doing the background, okay? So maybe, adding that contrast there. So you can edit the image, your background image as well, to make it fit a little bit better, okay? So when you're done, just make sure to File, Save As, and I would prefer that you don't save it as a PSD. You guys are still doing this. Please save it as a JPEG, or a PNG is probably best, okay? Save it and submit it into Moodle.